Revelation 2928. From the 16th of October 1943. Striving for perfection. The imperfect denies itself access to God, and it cannot eternally attain to the vision of God if it does not strive to discard its imperfection and to assimilate itself to the perfect being of God. Nor can it receive the emanations of God as long as it does not open itself to these emanations in recognition of its imperfect state in order to remedy it. The striving for perfection is the first condition to achieve it. But the human being will only strive when he recognizes himself as an imperfect being. However, people lack this realization because they no longer want to acknowledge a supremely perfect being, because they can no longer reconcile such a being, the eternal deity, with their thinking, and because they have no contact with this supremely perfect being. Even if they speak of God and claim to believe in Him, they still have no real idea of His greatness and perfection because they have not yet seriously considered how small they are compared to their Creator and how incomparably sublime the Supreme Being is, who has all power at His disposal in heaven and on earth. An inner contemplation of this, a contemplation of the evidence of divine love, wisdom and omnipotence, which are presented to the human being in every work of creation, only gives him an inkling of his own inadequacy, because only then does he become aware of God's perfection. And only then does a striving begin on the part of the human being when he is moved by this realization, when he longs to make the highest and most perfect being incline towards himself, when he wants to gain his love and pleasure and now endeavors to become perfect. For only conscious striving lets him mature. Only then will the distance from God diminish. The human being will recognize himself as a creature of the most perfect being, which originally was also perfect and whose final goal is the original state again. He will know that his apostasy from God has also brought him imperfection, and he will also know that the return to God can only take place in the state of perfection, that only this will bring him close to God and that he can only attain the vision of God through perfection, because the union with God necessitates an alignment with the highest and most perfect being. Amen.